Some believe our planet isn't solid all the way through, but hollow. And according to ancient legends, maps, and suppressed accounts, there are entrances, actual gateways, to vast inner realms beneath our feet. In this video, we'll explore 6 locations said to lead into the inner Earth. The German subsea route to Asgard. In the 1930s, several German researchers and esoteric societies became increasingly focused on hollow Earth theories. Believing that a breakaway civilization might exist beneath the surface, they launched expeditions to Neu-Berlin, a remote region of Antarctica. Decades later, after the Cold War, previously sealed Soviet archives were released. Inside were classified U-boat maps showing detailed submarine routes beneath the Antarctic ice shelf. These paths appeared to lead to an inland sea labeled Asgard, and nearby a city marked as Neu-Berlin, complete with exact coordinates. One of the submarines, U-209, disappeared in 1943 without a trace. Years later, a mysterious radio transmission allegedly from Carl Unger, U-209's navigator, surfaced. It said, "Comrade U-209 has succeeded. The Earth is hollow. Haushofer and Hess were right. We live, but return is impossible. We are not prisoners." Another document surfaced, this one far more detailed. Written in technical German, it outlined exact instructions to reach an underground realm beneath the Antarctic ice called Agartha, starting from a precise location, 60 degrees south, 1 degree east, in Queen Maud Land. Others point to Operation High Jump, a massive U.S. military mission launched in 1946. Led by Admiral Richard Byrd, the official purpose was research, yet the operation ended abruptly. Some claim Byrd's fleet encountered flying discs, craft that rose out of the sea and disabled several planes. According to a widely cited interview in a South American newspaper, Admiral Byrd himself warned that the U.S. could be attacked by flying objects coming from the polar regions, craft capable of flying from pole to pole at incredible speeds. To this day, much of the mission remains classified, and the mystery surrounding it continues. The Hopi Sipapu, Grand Canyon Gateway. In northern Arizona, deep within the sandstone labyrinth of the Grand Canyon, the Hopi people tell a story unlike anything found in history books. To them, the canyon isn't just a natural wonder, it's a sacred place. A place where, after a great flood destroyed the previous world, their ancestors emerged back onto the surface. They say they came up through a small sacred hole in the earth, known as the Sipapu, using a reed to climb from the underground world below. The exact location of this emergence point is a tightly guarded secret, known only to a few Hopi elders, and kept hidden from outsiders. But they weren't alone down there. Hopi oral tradition also speaks of the ant people, strange, pale beings with thin limbs and elongated heads. According to legend, these beings sheltered the Hopi during the cataclysm, feeding them, guiding them, and teaching them how to grow food in the darkness. Then, in 1909, something strange happened. The Arizona Gazette published a front-page article claiming that a Smithsonian-backed expedition had discovered a massive cave system deep within the Grand Canyon. Inside were reports of giant skeletons, ancient copper weapons, and walls covered in hieroglyphs that looked both Egyptian and Tibetan. But just as quickly as the story appeared, it vanished. The Smithsonian denied it. The cave's location was never confirmed, and today, no official trace of the expedition remains. Yet decades before that, explorer John Wesley Powell, the man who first mapped the Colorado River, documented mysterious stone stairways and old cliffside trails carved deep into the canyon walls. Signs, perhaps, of a much older civilization, one that lived and maybe still lives beneath the surface. The sealed caverns of Marble Canyon. Just upstream from the Grand Canyon lies a lesser-known but equally mysterious region, Marble Canyon. It was here that John Wesley Powell, the explorer who first charted this stretch of the Colorado River, described enormous caves carved into the canyon walls. He called them cathedral-like chambers, with stone steps cut directly into the rock, steps that seemed to lead nowhere. Locals have long told stories about what lies deeper inside. They speak of massive chambers with ceilings so high they vanish into shadow. Doorways far too tall for ordinary people, stone tables etched with strange, unknown symbols. And perhaps strangest of all, a constant warm wind that flows upward from the depths, as if something below is still alive. Today these areas are sealed off. No independent explorers are allowed inside, and the park is closed after sunset. Officials say it's for safety reasons, but many believe there's more to the story. The Lhasa tunnels, the entrance to Agartha. In the high mountains of Tibet, beneath the sacred Patala Palace, lies what many believe to be one of the most guarded entrances to inner Earth. Ancient Buddhist and Hindu texts speak of Agartha, a hidden realm ruled by a radiant king, home to advanced beings and the secrets of time itself, known as Kalachakra. According to legend, a serpent-shaped tunnel leads deep underground, sealed by sacred mantras. Only those who master certain tantric initiations can enter. Most never return. In the 1930s and 40s, German esoteric groups traveled to Tibet. The Germans had a good relationship with the Tibetans. Some say they traded technology blueprints for knowledge, and even installed radio equipment to communicate directly between Lhasa and Berlin. They returned with scrolls, diagrams, and possibly maps to hidden inner-world locations. But those artifacts disappeared into private vaults and classified archives. To this day, the tunnels beneath Lhasa remain shrouded in secrecy. The North Pole Vortex. It claimed to be the true story of Olaf Jansen, a Norwegian fisherman who, with his father, sailed deep into the Arctic, far past where most dared to go. There, they entered a strange glowing fog. The Sami people had warned of it, calling it the breath of the earth. Their compass spun wildly, and as they pushed forward, they emerged into something impossible, a world inside the earth. Olaf described an inner realm where daylight never fades, lit by a soft, glowing inner sun. They saw mountains glowing with moss, emerald-colored rivers, and a peaceful race of 12-foot-tall giants, blue-eyed, fair-skinned, and dressed in robes of silk and gold. These beings welcomed them into a stunning city called Eden, with golden streets, music-filled temples, and advanced farming perfectly in tune with nature. After years living there, Olaf and his father tried to return. A violent storm near Antarctica claimed his father's life. Olaf survived, but when he shared his story, he was locked in an asylum. In the book's introduction, it suggested that the tall natives of Patagonia might be descendants of this inner race, people who once emerged through a southern opening far beneath our feet. The South Pole opening. According to Olaf, they exited the inner world through another opening near Antarctica. This idea wasn't new. Back in 1613, cartographer Gerardus Mercator drew a map showing a whirlpool at the North Pole with 4 rivers flowing inward around a central black mountain. Then, in 1740, a mysterious German map of a land called Schlaraffenland appeared. It showed the same pattern and included a strange message. The light is the same both day and night. Whether these are metaphors or secret codes, they both describe what seems like 2 polar entrances, one in the north, one in the south. And this idea has existed for centuries. Those are 6 locations that some believe lead into the inner Earth. Whether you see them as myth, misinterpretation, or something more, the stories continue to circulate and remain off the official record. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, consider subscribing for more.